Giyu versus Muichiro, man, let's talk about it. Now, I've been seeing a little controversy between Giyu versus Muichiro. I just wanted to clear the air, you know what I'm saying? So first, let's go ahead and dive into Muichiro. Now, the first time we see Muichiro is in the Swordsmith arc when he fights Upper Moon 5. And when he's fighting Upper Moon 5, he fights relatively against him, says he's playing around, and so does Upper Moon 5 to that. But once Muichiro uses that mark, the fight is over in a couple of manga pages. He absolutely cuts him up, and the 1 or 2 slashes, the fight's over. And that is one of Muichiro's greatest feats. Now, when it really comes to, that's really all we see Muichiro do, really, because the next time we see Muichiro is when he fights Kokoshibo. Now, when he fights Kokoshibo acknowledges that he's from his bloodline and acknowledges Muichiro's potential. Muichiro is more of a potential kid. He's more of that teen Gohan who didn't unlock that potential, if you guys watch Dragon Ball. But, you know, he fights Kokoshibo, and that fight lasts 3 to 4 manga pages, you know what I'm saying? Kokoshibo literally puts him on a pole, literally puts him on the pole, you know what I'm saying? That fight lasted a good 15 seconds. That fight, Muichiro cannot do nothing against Kokoshibo. Kokoshibo absolutely ended this man Muichiro. Now, some people like to say that he got this clean hit on Kokoshibo and why he's like strong, like why he's like strong and shit, because he got this hit on Kokoshibo. But the only reason why he got this hit on Kokoshibo, as you guys can see, is only because he was instructed by Saname and Gyome, which allowed the opening for Muichiro to actually damage and actually catch Kokoshibo. And other than that, that's basically all we see Muichiro done, because as you guys may know, he dies after that fight, so he doesn't make it to the Muzan fight. And that's all the best thing. The best feat he has is really beating Upper Moon 5, because that hit that he got on Kokoshibo, he does unlock Red Blade, so I'll give him that. He does have Red Blade, but other than that, you know, he doesn't really have anything else to go off of, you know what I'm saying? So his best feat would be probably clapping Upper Moon 5 with ease, relatively ease, and we know he gets stronger after that. But you know, he couldn't do nothing against Kokoshibo, Upper Moon 1, and absolutely gets folded, couldn't do nothing against it. Now let's talk about Giyu. Now Giyu, we see him really fighting in combat. The first time we see him is when, you know, fights up Rui. But other than that, the next time we actually see him actually do something like Compi, like actually do that, is when Akaza comes in, when he's with Tanjiro. And before Giyu can activate his mark, he gets absolutely, you know what I'm saying, packed up, flew across a whole bunch of buildings, okay, before he unlocks his mark. Now when Giyu comes back with his mark, that is when things start to go crazy, okay? Because when Giyu comes back with his mark, he ends up being faster than Akaza, because Akaza even said himself that he has to adapt to Giyu's speed, because he actually got faster than Akaza. And then in the fight between Giyu and Akaza, you can see Giyu actually fighting relative to Akaza for a good minute. Now Akaza does end up breaking his blade and actually using his strongest attack on Giyu. And when he uses that strongest attack on Giyu, he doesn't have his blade, but he managed to even block Akaza's strongest attack with a cut-off blade and not sustain all the damage he did from it. Now, yes, he did sustain damage from that attack, but he didn't withstand all the damage, because he was able to block with that little bit of blade, which is a pretty impressive feat. But he was actually was a good competitor against Akaza. Now he did have trouble, you know, he did have moments where he was having trouble, but mostly speaking, he was able to stop Akaza's attack, nearly cut his head off, and multiple scenarios where Giyu had the upper hand on Akaza in moments of the fight. Not saying that happened all the fight, you know what I'm saying, but you can see that the shifts and power can change. Like one time Giyu's on top, next time Akaza's on top. Pause. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But mostly you can say that they're most likely relative because of what Giyu was actually pushing Akaza in that form of level. Now I'm not gonna lie, Tanjiro was helping Giyu. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Giyu just did that all by himself, you know what I'm saying? Tanjiro was a 2-on-1 2v1 fight, because Giyu wasn't even thinking about Akaza's ability. But relatively speaking, he was able to hold his own against Akaza, right? And now here's when things start to get interesting, because the next time we see Giyu fight is when Muzan pulls up. Muzan pulls up to the fight, you know what I'm saying? He Tanjiro and Giyu, and then just see him, right? And in the fight, this kind of proves that in this fight between Akaza and Giyu and Tanjiro, that Giyu is still stronger, because Giyu is still actually protecting Tanjiro during the Muzan fight. Like he's actually protecting, like grabbing him, protecting him while Muzan is attacking. And you can tell that Giyu still has the upper hand on Tanjiro in strength. And really, you can see the only reason why Tanjiro was able to actually move so well against Akaza was because he was able to he had see-through world and was actually figure out Akaza's compass ability. And that's why you could say why he had that really upper advantage. But when it comes to strength and speed and all that, Giyu still has the upper hand, as you can see, because he was actually protecting Tanjiro during the Muzan fight. Now, when we move even further into the Muzan fight, when all the Hashira are there, Giyu is actually holding his own, like not saying he's actually doing something or continuing Muzan, because there's actually a whole other Hashiras there, but he's actually able to stand his ground and protect himself at moments. Now, he did get his arm cut off, he did, you know, they all got profiles, but the fact that he was able to dodge some of Muzan's attack and actually able to land hits on Muzan, that itself is good enough. It's good enough for Giyu. And when we look at Muichiro, it's like he couldn't even do nothing against Kokushiba, not even dodge, nothing, you know what I'm saying? And that's just one of the, you know, amazing reasons. But like I was saying, that's basically all of Giyu's feats, and I would talk about the Demon King Tanjiro feats, but that is completely an outlier because Demon King Tanjiro is stated to be stronger than Muzan, and it wouldn't make sense for Giyu to get his arm cut off and after that intense fight to be able to pin down a Demon King Tanjiro and actually fight against. That doesn't make any sense. How are you gonna fight someone strong without a clear amp and power boost after your arm is cut off? It wouldn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that Demon King Tanjiro versus Giyu is such an outlier for me. So I wouldn't even give Giyu that being able to contend with Demon King Tanjiro, because it doesn't make any sense how you can barely go from fighting with 5 other Hashira and you can barely, like, you holding your own, but you can, you know, barely do it because it's Muzan, and now all of a sudden you're pinning down Demon King Tanjiro and actually fighting Demon King Tanjiro. It doesn't make sense. That's why I feel like it's an outlier in the show and why it wouldn't actually count to how strong Giyu is, and it was just there for the plot of the show. So now that we talked about Muichiro, we talked about Giyu, who wins. Clearly, the winner is Giyu. Giyu is absolutely going to slam this fight. He just has better feats overall because he was able to fight a stronger Upper Moon 3. He was able to not hold his own, but actually protect Tanjiro and dodge Muzan's attacks in the first fight between when it was just Tanjiro and Muzan, and also was able to dodge Muzan's attack and when there was a whole bunch of Hashira, was able to dodge some Muzan attack and actually land hits on Muzan. And when we look at Muichiro, he couldn't even do that to an Upper Moon 1, and we know, you know, Muzan is way stronger than Kokushibo. I wouldn't say way stronger, but stronger than Kokushibo. Now, that's why I'm giving it to Giyu, because Muichiro couldn't even dodge nothing, couldn't even land a single hit on Kokushibo except for that one hit, like I said, which was only because Giyu and Saname were distracting Kokushibo. But when we look at Giyu, he was able to fight someone like Muzan. Not saying he did it by himself, but I'm saying he was able to actually withstand and dodge some Muzan attack. Now, what he did do by himself was dodge Muzan when it was just him and Tanjiro then actually able to protect somebody from someone like Muzan when Muichiro couldn't even protect himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm giving it to Giyu. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do y'all think Giyu wins? Do you think Muichiro wins? But with everything I provided, you should say Giyu slams, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Giyu slams with the feats and everything I provided. Y'all let me know in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But I think this was a pretty good fight. Muichiro is more of a potential character, not really a character that has the strength itself, but he was more of that what if. He's not what is, that what if, you know what I'm saying? If you guys understand what I'm saying. But if you guys enjoyed the video, man, if you guys want more versus battle, comment it down below and let me know. Damn, I stutter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love y'all, man, and I'm gonna catch y'all boys next time. I'm out.